What's up everyone, welcome to Stockton. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we talk about stocks before they start blowing up, say goodbye to chasing stocks at all-time highs, and say hello to making some money. So if this sounds like something you want to take advantage of, then hit that beautiful subscribe button and like the video. Now let's get to it. Before we get into the video, I have to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is just my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. Having said that, if I'm talking about a company, I'll let you know whether I'm personally going to invest in it or not towards the end of the video. But you should always do your own due diligence, so with that out of the way, let's get started. Hi guys, I just wanted to give you all a quick update on BNGO. There's been a bit of a panic sell-off which was bound to happen at some point, and this sell-off I think could turn around quickly. Simon Barnett of ARK Invest has recently expressed what he thinks about optical mapping, and he basically sort of compares optical mapping technologies with long-read sequencing technologies. So just in case you're not aware, optical mapping is what BNGO or Bio-Nano-Genomics, it's what they do, and Pacific Biosciences, they use long-read sequencing technology. So you can go ahead on Twitter and follow Simon Barnett and read up on the whole thread, but basically I just wanted to provide you with the highlights here. Simon pretty much confirms what I outlined in my last video, which is basically that BNGO isn't necessarily better than Pacific Biosciences, but rather it depends on what the scientist needs to accomplish in a particular scenario. Let's go through the tweets that matter the most here as a BNGO investor. So Simon is referencing this study in which across all DNA samples, researchers yielded 18 million and plus unique variants. This pie chart shows us that out of the 18 million variants, most were smaller structural variants, and only a small portion of those are large structural variants. Now, according to Simon, optical mapping doesn't detect smaller structural variants, that is, variants less than 500 base pairs. And as we've seen, most structural variants are small. So, if optical mapping can't detect smaller SVs, then is it any good? And I believe the answer is still a yes. Let's see what Simon goes on to say here. So this bit is important. The researchers' method fully resolved nearly all variants except for 28% of large structural variants detected by optical mapping. So to sum it up, in essence, what Simon is saying is that BNGO doesn't detect smaller structural variants and most structural variants are small. However, it detects larger structural variants better than long-read sequencing technologies. Even though large structural variants account for less percentage of total variants that are detected, it still means that BNGO is better at detecting these variants than something like Pacific Biosciences or nanopore technologies. Now, this sort of agrees with my research video that I did a few days ago, and I'll leave a link to that video down below. My conclusion remains the same, which is that optical mapping, what BNGO does, is an extremely useful complementary technology that when used in conjunction with LRS technology like Pacific Biosciences or nanopore, provides a high-quality genomic assembly. All the research papers that I've read up on have the same sort of conclusion. Simon at the end says the following: "This does not mean that optical mapping isn't important, needed, or exciting. I think it's all of the three. But to say that LRS detects only 72% of SVs as opposed to optical mapping is incorrect. To say that LRS detects just 72% of large structural variants is more accurate." And I also reached out to Simon Barnett. I replied to his thread saying that I've always maintained the view that optical mapping enhances LRS technologies and that using both in tandem results in higher quality genome assemblies. And he actually replied to that saying that yes, that's my interpretation as well. I think it's unlikely to occur a ton in the wild. For example, doubtful it'll happen for population genomics, but it should fuel tons of awesome de novo discovery / reference genome. Personally, I'm still bullish on BNGO, and I think like a lot of new discoveries are going to be made using optical mapping, and Bio-Nano's Sapphire system will surely be a part of it. All of these research labs and research universities would want the latest and the best equipment, and BNGO would be the front runner in providing that technology. So I do think it has a lot of potential still, and I'm still very bullish. But let me know what you guys think of this new development. What are your thoughts? Please leave a comment, let me know. Are you still invested? Are you planning on investing? Or are you gonna sell your shares? As always, if you found some value in the video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Have an awesome day and I'll see you in the next one.